we'll continue on how to make your pattern and have the allowance for you to be able to trace it and then transfer into your own material. So first, um, this one here, this front bodice, this is the center fold. So if you make the pattern for your front, this is the fold of your material. You fold your cloth and then place this one. So we will make an allowance for it at the side. Actually, we cannot just cut the neck because sometimes if we are new and then we cut it the one we desire to make your own neckline, it will not be very good for a new sewer because it might, you know, become wide and you cannot already make a remedy for it. So this is the opening of the neck is just as small as this. And then when you are already assembling your materials for your blouse or for your upper part of your dress, you need to cut whether it's a square, whether it's a V-neck, or a round neck. Okay, so we will go on tracing this like this. Okay, trace this first, the shoulder, and then go down to the armhole. And then down to your side, which is the seam at the side. And trace the bottom part of this pattern, which is your bodice pattern. Okay. Okay. Now we will trace the neck. Okay, this is now the allowance. You have to mark 1 inch from the edge where we trace the pattern. Here, at the top and then at the bottom. Okay, and we will connect that with this ruler, the curved ruler, which is we use for the skirt. We actually have to use from 0.7 to 15 of your ruler because the side is a little bit curved. Okay. Here. And then for the bottom part, which is the waistline, is also 1 inch. It's also 1 inch. So we will mark 1 inch. And here is also 1 inch. Continue until you reach the seam side. Here. Okay. We will use also this ruler, and it should be like this. Be sure to make this one here is aligned with your pattern, the bottom of this ruler, and then trace it going to your side pattern. Okay. Okay, here. So it's all done for this one. At the bottom, we will go to the shoulder. We usually do not use any allowance for the shoulder, front shoulder, because we have to take down 1/2 inch of it. So 1/2 of this will be connect to the back bodies. The back body should be increased into 1/2 inch, and then another 1/2 inch for an allowance. Okay. So this one has been traced. What we will do now is we put or we increase the length of the shoulder, because this will be an allowance for it. If you are going to make a sleeveless, it should be 1/4 of an inch. But if you will have the sleeve, it should be 1/2 of an inch. So 1/4 for a sleeveless. But we are going to make like this. Should be like this. We will trace from the point we mark 1/4 of an inch going down this way. It's like this. So now, why is it like this? Because if we are going to put an allowance for the armhole at the bottom of this, it will be very small. Okay, it's like this. Now you have to measure it if it's right or no. Okay, measure it this way, and then take the tape measure around where you have traced your pattern. And this one is 9.5. Okay, 9.5. We will see if the back will be as long or the equal part of the armhole. If it's 18 inches, because we just increase this shoulder going down up to the middle of your armhole. It's actually the middle. It is the middle part of the pattern. We will cut this, and then you will see that I did not mark the dark, because this will be a whole piece of material. It's like this. Okay, as I have told you, we don't need to put an allowance on the front shoulder. This will be added to the back bodies for the allowance. The thing is, you need to put 1 inch here, okay? Allowance for the back and the additional allowance for the front one, okay? It's better to have your shoulder going down this way than to have it at the very top of your shoulder. Sometimes when it is already finished, the line of your shoulder will go down like this. You know, the back will actually pull where your shoulder is, so it will not be on top of your shoulder. That's why we have to take down half of an inch for the front bodies. So we will now cut the neck. And then like this. For the allowance for sleeveless, it should be like this. So you go around. Like that. So this is now your pattern for your front bodies. Okay. We will mark this one here. So that you will know whether this is the front or the back. We will put center fold. Okay. This is your front bodies. Why is it like this? Because when you are going to cut the materials, it's like this. It's going to be like this. So you will know whether the allowance for the dart is equal, and you will cut this a little bit when it is folded. Okay. As you can see, this is now the official cut of the dart. There you go. Okay? And it is like this. It's like that. Okay. Now we will go for the back bodies. For the back bodies, you need to put an allowance at the center of the back because this will be an allowance for the zipper. When you put your zipper, it's like this. It should be 1 inch too. For a beginner, you need to put 1 inch of an inch for the allowance for your zipper. So you line your back bodies where you mark 1 inch. It's like this. So okay, this is the front bodies. It's actually this one. Okay. Now we will make a line to that part. Okay. Now we will trace this bottom first and then going to your side seam and going up to the side seam of the back bodies. And also you need to go up for the armhole of the back. And trace also this one, the shoulder and the neck. Do not just cut your neckline when it's not finished assembling all the sides when you are sewing your materials. Okay. As I have told you, there is no allowance for the front body, so we need to put half of an inch. Half of an inch, and then half also. And then we will place a ruler and trace it like this. So we are actually making a blouse without a sleeve, so the allowance for the armhole at the top part is only 1/4 of an inch. Okay? It's here. So now we will place this like this. And trace it down. Okay. You will see it is the same with the front bodies. We just put 1/4 of an inch here. And going down half of the armhole at the back. Okay. Now, for the allowance for the seam side, it's also 1 inch. Why? Because they should be the same front and back. Since this is a straight line, we will connect it with the ruler. Okay. For the bottom part, where the waistline is, it's also 1 inch. Okay. We will cut the pattern already. As you have seen me do the first dart at the front, I make like an arrow going down at the very center of your dart, and then continue cutting from here to the side. And cut this going up. actually, we don't do this way. But actually, it's like this. Going up that way. Okay? Why? I will explain it later. Okay? Now. Okay. Now, if we finish this one, I will tell you why I make a pointed part of the armhole at the very bottom of your pattern. So, we will see why it is. This one, if you fold it, you fold this, you can see that this one here will be like this. Okay? This one here should not be like the front bodies, that when you cut the allowance, it's not like this. Okay, it's not like this. It's always like that. And then, if you are going to fold the dart, you have to meet where the measurement where we put 1 inch for the dart. Okay. There is a little bit difference at the bottom when you fold it like this. Look at the bottom here. Okay? And then you cut it. It should be, you know, the line and the line here should meet together. Okay? So we will cut the excess allowance here. Now, let's see. So it's just a little bit pointed. Little bit pointed. It's like that. Okay. I haven't put actually 1 inch here. I have cut already. But when you use your pattern, we will make an additional half of an inch here. I have cut already just 1/2 of an inch. I have told you that this one here, the front, should never have an allowance for the front bodies. But because I had just cut it, there must be an additional of 1/2 an inch for the back part of the shoulder. Okay? So we will add 1/2 inch for the back bodies. Okay. Let's make an additional, because if we make a mistake for it, we might cut it and it's not good. Okay, let's add a little bit of this. So we will put a tape on it, because I have not realized that I should be putting another 1/2 of an inch, which is the total is 1 inch. Okay. 1 inch of this one. Okay. If it's 1 inch, Should be like this here. And you're done with your back pattern. And we are not going to put any allowance for the neck, because if you are going to make another pattern, or if you are going to make it lowered, it should be, assemble first this one and this one, the side. You cannot just cut anything here, because if you are new and your material is very slippery or maybe stretching, you might not be able to repair the neck already. So if it's already assembled, it means that it will stay where it was cut. But when you have already made the pattern and cut it and then put it on your material and cut your blouse or your dress, it will not be alright. Okay, this is now your pattern for the upper part of your blouse or for your dress. Now, let's see, because we are going to fold the allowance for the seam side. It is like this. Like this. Now, if we are going to connect both of this, it's like this. That's the final cut for your pattern. And then, if there are some exist for the pattern, you can just repair it a little bit. And just cut the excess part. Okay. This is it. This is your back bodice and this is your front bodice. Okay. You will notice that I had only put 1/4 of an inch for your armhole, from the tip of your shoulder going down to your armhole. Now we will measure that, and let's see. We'll take out 1/2 of an inch. We start from 1/2 of an inch from the shoulder line and going around your armhole. And let's see whether the allowance that we put at the very tip of your shoulder measures the same of the armhole we have. Yes, it's 18 inches, and there is an excess of 1/2 of an inch here at the front bodice. This is now your perfect pattern for your back bodice and front bodice. And I hope you understand, which we had already discussed and shown unto you, how to make your final pattern for back and front bodies. And this is Lisa and Lala, who is my the one who is holding the camera for me to be able to show you how to make this pattern. See you next time and have a good day.